Tonight on 205 Live, Kalisto and Lince Dorado seek their retribution against TJP and Mike Kanellis. Local talent Josh Morrell seeks to best the man of the hour, Lio Rush. And for the main event, Cruiserweight Champion Buddy Murphy has a very UK welcome from Mark Andrews. Who wins? Who loses? Let's find out. Alright, first off on 205 Live, we have Kalisto and Lince Dorado of the Lucha House Party facing off with TJP and Mike Kanellis, with Maria Kanellis at ringside. There were some great moments in this match with Kalisto embarrassing TJP. At one point, it's like he was on TJP's back and then just started spanking him for his bad behavior. Dirty Kalisto, going south of the border there. TJP tries to scoot away after getting embarrassed on his knees and goes over to Kanellis and just like hugs his legs, and Kanellis is like, there, I'll take myself in. It's okay, buddy. Kanellis was most definitely the dominant performer in this match. And although TJP and Kanellis made a great duo in this match, which was almost comical in their approach with an air of aggression, they did lose. Which was fair. TJP's had his way with the Lucha House Party for a while, and it kind of makes sense for them to actually lose a match for realsies this time. There was a great moment where TJP rips off Lince Dorado's mask. He's holding it up in the air triumphantly, and Kalisto's sister is just kind of like, she's turning around, and Lince Dorado has yet another mask under that mask, which was a terrific planning and a way to strategize against somebody who's becoming a bit of a one-trick pony against you. But yeah, after that match, we had not a backstage segment, it was a moment recorded at the Performance Center sometime before the show, where Cedric Alexander and Lio Rush kind of got into an argument. Lio Rush making fun of Cedric Alexander for training with the rookies because he's lost his confidence. Cedric Alexander telling him, if you train for once in your life, you might learn something and keep growing. But the two of them end up challenging each other to a fight, so likely we're going to be seeing them next week going up against each other. But after that, we go back to live recorded moments earlier, with Lio Rush standing in the ring with a jobber by the name of Josh Morrell. And I don't know, and I don't think Josh Morrell's his real name, but Josh Morrell put on a stellar offense at the start. It was an impressive showing. More effort than they allow a jobber to typically get. But yeah, he's got some good skill in the ring, but Lio Rush got embarrassed because he got cocky and thought, who is this nobody? I'll beat him. The stupid laugh that he does. But yeah, he got embarrassed, and then he got angry, and when he got angry, he got serious. And when he got serious, he became even more enjoyable to watch in ring. The match ended up being pretty brief. Lio Rush ends it with the final hour, pinning him for the 1, 2, 3. After that, he cut another promo on Cedric Alexander. And it was a very good promo from Lio Rush. Much better than any promo that I've seen him give on WWE for a very long time. In which, I mean, I've never seen him give a really good promo, serious promo. But there was that. We got a promo from Mustafa Ali hyping up the match between him and Buddy Murphy at Survivor Series. And then we get to the main event. And it's Buddy Murphy who, for some reason, enters in first instead of the challenger. And that was weird. But yeah, Buddy controlled this match against Mark Andrews, Mr. Mandrews, which, was to be expected. He's the champ. But Mark Andrews used his skill and experience to, evade a lot of the hits that came through. It showed Mark Andrews had a lot of the skill to take on Buddy Murphy, but not enough skill, power, strength, or speed to really beat him. I mean, Buddy Murphy proved to be nearly as fast and twice as strong, and that is a combination you don't want to deal with when what you've got is speed and aerial maneuvers. But yeah, there was a few moments in here. Mandrews, in spite of his skills, was easily thwarted by Buddy, who caught him and threw him around as easily as Braun throws Sami Zayn. As the match continued, though, it did show that Mark Andrews had a bit more endurance than Buddy Murphy, who, after bringing him down outside the ring, dives off the top stairs onto him. After getting back into the ring, Buddy Murphy tries to hit him with the Murphy's Law, but he reverses that and then jumps up and stomps him. There was a moment where Mandrews went to do a sunset flip. It was a bit of a botch on that one where Mark Andrews, as they say, didn't get all of it, leaving Buddy Murphy and him to kind of make do and cover it up as quickly as possible, which it was a blink and you miss it kind of botch where if you looked away for just a moment, you wouldn't have seen what happened. But yeah, Murphy manages to take back some control later in the match, but gets hit with the Stun Dog Millionaire. Mandrews goes to the top turnbuckle, goes for his dive. Oh, you know, went to go off the top turnbuckle. Murphy got both knees up, transitions over to hitting him with Murphy's Law, and pins him for the winsome. I'm going to give that one, it was quite a great match. Not one of the best matches Buddy Murphy's put on in 205 Live, but it was a good one. But the grade for SmackDown, or not SmackDown, 205 Live, I'm an idiot. Hi, I'm tired. The grade for 205 Live I'm giving is a B+. And there's going to be a poll up here, and you can feel free to vote. I don't have pluses or minuses because YouTube only allows for 5 options. Thanks, YouTubes. But yeah, that was 205 Live. So, yeah, let me move on to NXT. And a 1, and a 2, and a...
Tonight on NXT, we have Heavy Machinery taking on the Forgotten Sons. Tanar Conti seeks to make her mark by beating Dakota Kai. And for the main event, we have Velveteen Dream versus Lars Sullivan. Who wins? Who loses? Let's get into the nitty-gritty.
But yeah. We start off the night with Heavy Machinery facing off against the Forgotten Sons. Tucker Knight started off aggressive against Cutler, tackling and slamming him down before Blake and Cutler take turns working the night shift, as it were. Otis manages to get tagged in, and the two start attacking Cutler and Blake. Cutler manages to escape, damaging Otis's arm in the process, and this became a consistent theme in the match with the Forgotten Sons working Otis's arm to ensure that he doesn't have all of his power. This proved to be rather ineffective and not play into the match at all, really. But yeah, they managed, so Blake works Otis for a bit, tags Cutler again, and works his arm some more. After getting Otis into an armbar, Otis struggles out and brings Blake up for a slam. Tags in Tucker Knight. Tucker takes it to Cutler. Blake manages to tag himself in when Knight was not paying attention. Cutter hits Knight with the backstabber. Blake leaps from the top turnbuckle on him. They almost get the pin, but Otis comes in with the save because Otis is a good tag team partner. But yeah, it gives him a moment to recover and go on the offense. He then gets Otis tagged in to ready their finisher, but are sabotaged by the Forgotten Sons. However, in spite of all of the tomfoolery, Tucker Knight still manages to beat them with a pop-up slam. But yeah, that's it. that was that match. It was a great tag team match and really did show the Forgotten Sons pretty well. I don't know why they lost this one, though. Heavy Machinery can eat a loss. The Forgotten Sons are a new tag team. They need more momentum than that. So we'll see what happens there. After that, we got to Dakota Kai facing off with Taynara Conti. And Conti started off strong, showing terrific judo skills, with Kai quite unable to really counter her particular offense. Excuse me. But yeah, she controlled the match for the bulk of it until Kai managed to avoid a hit. With Conti hitting the turnbuckle, Kai managed to land that big runaround kick that she does, and hit her with a backstabber. But there was a funny thing. After that first kick to the corner, Dakota Kai goes to throw her down to prep her for the next hit. Conti, being the martial artist that she is, instinctively rolled back up onto her knees, and then she's like, oh wait, I gotta wait. Martial arts. A great thing in martial arts, sometimes not a good thing in experience in wrestling. Just because those moments can be pretty funny. We got a promo from Johnny Gargano addressing the "Why, Johnny, why?" Telling Aleister Black that it wasn't personal, but he is on a path to facing Tommaso Ciampa for the championship, and that he was just in the way. Saying, you know, I'm still the same Johnny Gargano, I'm still the hero, but I do one thing that some people might consider evil, and everybody loses their mind. And he's starting to kind of enjoy playing a little dirty to get things done. Tommaso Ciampa would be proud. But yeah, he's seeking a way to pursue and bring an end to Tommaso Ciampa. Excuse me. Then we get to the main event, and the main event is Velveteen Dream versus Lars Sullivan. Lars Sullivan, the super mutant. Lars starts off with breaking Velveteen Dream with a charge into the corner, but Dream manages to get Lars Sullivan out of the ring. Dream asking the ref not to count Lars Sullivan out because he wants this match to continue and he wants it done right. He wants to beat him the old-fashioned way. Lars, however, seems to be angry about this, or just in general, and he slams him into the apron, which, by the way, is the hardest part of the ring. Lars takes control of this match for a few minutes, clubbing him, slamming him, doing pretty much anything to try and defeat him, and was unable to get the pin. Dream kicking out every time. He goes for the diving headbutt, but gets kicked by Dream when he's on the top turnbuckle. After a little bit of a scuffle, Dream manages to hit the Dream Valley driver on Lars, and then heads up to the top turnbuckle to get ready for his elbow, and gets distracted by Tommaso Ciampa walking down to the ring. So he jumps off the turnbuckle, hits Ciampa, but gets back into the ring, and then Lars hits him with the freak accident. And pins him for the 1, the 2, the 3. That's disappointing, but it's not like Dream didn't get the last laugh, because after Lars tried to beat him down, Dream manages to hit Lars Sullivan with, after the match, Dream did get the last laugh on Tommaso Ciampa, hitting him with a twisted DDT onto his own championship belt, and then hitting him with a huge elbow drop. Ciampa tried to attack him. Dream was having none of it, because nobody messes with the experience. But yeah, NXT gets an A- from me. It was a great show with a great main event, a great tag team match. Pretty much great all around. And if you agree or if you disagree, I got a pull up there that you can agree or disagree with me on. Or leave a comment. Let me know what you thought. And then, yeah, I'm going to continue on to NXT UK. So, yeah, I'll be right back after a word from our sponsors. Tonight on NXT, we have Dave Mastiff versus Damian Weir. The luchador El Ligero takes on James Drake. Ashton Smith has a match, but with whom? Sid Scala fights on to prove himself against the debuting Eddie Dennis. And Danny Birch in the main event takes on the Bruiserweight Pete Dunn. And that's just hour 1. On hour 2, Tony Storm faces off with Dakota Kai. Amir Jordan tries his best to topple Liverpool's #1, Zach Gibson. Kenny Williams faces off with Jordan Devlin. And for the main event, Mark Andrews, Ashton Smith, and Flash Morgan Webster take on the Wolfgang Coffee Company. Who wins? Who loses? Let us find out. Alright, so let's get on with the 2-hour show that is NXT UK. I don't know why they're doing 2-hour specials and it's driving me fucking nuts. But anyway, Dave Mastiff versus Damian Weir. Squash match, he did. Terrific delayed vertical suplex by Dave Mastiff. Damian Weir didn't stand a chance. We got a quick recap of Wolfgang and the Coffee Brothers, who I will now forever refer to as the Wolfgang Coffee Company. Established 2018. So for the next match, an actual match, we had El Ligero versus James Drake. Starts off with a series of grabs and strikes, with Drake focusing on strikes and Ligero using his more athletic offense. Though Ligero started with more of the offense, James used his strikes to keep Ligero. I need to slow down. James used his strikes to keep Ligero grounded. Midway through, Ligero started landing more strikes in, trying to turn the advantage over to himself, but is tripped up on the top turnbuckle. After some offense by Drake, Ligero takes him out with a springboard DDT. After the match, we got a backstage interview with Tony Storm, prepping to fight Dakota Kai. Kai interrupted with a bit of a heelish edge to her, telling her she isn't afraid to kick anyone's head off. But yeah, we move on to match number 3, which was Ashton Smith versus Gravity, because the Wolfgang Coffee Company runs up and takes him down before the match. That's not going to happen. Coffee tried to rip a promo on everyone, but the crowd took control of it. It seemed like Coffee was getting flustered by this, but you could see him trying to find moments to try and get words in. But if there's one thing I know about British wrestling fans, they're loud, they're proud, get used to it, because they will not shut up, no matter what. We move on to match number 4. We had Sid Scala, the guy who is almost not a jobber, but is, versus the Gigantor, Eddie Dennis, who is very tall indeed. Big tall boy. Sid Scala showed tremendous heart and determination throughout this match and had some great offense against Eddie Dennis. It proved insufficient though, as Eddie Dennis took him out for the pin. But then we get on to the main event, and this was a great match. It was Danny Birch versus Pete Dunn. It was a match I didn't know I wanted, but boy howdy, that was a great match to watch. It wasn't the best of the championship matches that Pete Dunn's had, because those usually involve, Ricochet or Tyler Bate. But Dunn controlled much of this match for the first, half of the match. Pete ensuring he works the hands and figures of Danny Birch because, as commentators won't shut up about, Danny Birch has a boxing background. So it's a good way to weaken his punches and offense. Birch tried to launch his counteroffensive after breaking free of Dunn, countering Pete Dunn and trying to get him to a submission. But Dunn, however, pulled the old, I got your nose! And grabbed onto his nose, which caused Birch to let go of the submission. And then he took Birch outside the ring. Birch later did get some good offense in with a massive drop kick, a power bomb, and a kick. He went for the pin. Dunn kicked out at 2.5. Dunn returned the favor, however, with a heavy forearm strike, hitting him into the corner and stopping his left arm. As this match continued, there were some other great spots. We had Birch reversing Dunn's triangle hold into one desperate-looking buckle bomb. Dunn avoids taking the damage from a German suplex by just landing on his feet, because Pete Dunn is endlessly talented. Birch near the end got him into a crossface. Wait, hold on a second. Did I repeat myself? I repeated myself. Yes, I've repeated myself. Yeah, that's right. I got mixed up again. Sorry. Dunn got him by his nose at the crossface. Fuck. I am so exhausted. But yeah, he hits Birch with the bitter end, and just when it looked like he was going to win, Danny Birch kicked out of the bitter end. But yeah, after a long struggle, Dunn got Birch to tap out, giving him the win. This was a masterclass match with not a disappointing moment. But yeah, overall, NXT UK for the first hour was pretty grand, and I've got really zero complaints about it. So yeah, with that, I'm going to give it an A-. And at the end of this, I'm going to wrap NXT UK both hours into one grade. And then I'll let you vote on the poll. But hour 2, we had Toni Storm versus Dakota Kai. Oh boy, here we go. Toni Storm versus Dakota Kai. Started off with some grabs, but both went to kick each other after they went to go for a handshake, and they both went to kick each other, and they both caught each other's kicks. But Dakota Kai proved to be craftier and managed to take Toni down and stomped on her. Toni, however, didn't get disheartened by it and quickly brought Dakota Kai down to size, grounding her and getting to a leg lock STF combo, which was impressive to watch, and it made it all the more convincing when Dakota Kai was actually struggling to get to the rope to break free. She did. Kai did manage to start delivering some good kicks but was taken down by Toni Storm's headbutt. As Storm went to go to the corner to prep for a running start, Kai runs around, that little run around that she does, and delivers a kick to Toni Storm in the corner. And then she goes to do it again, but Toni Storm avoids it, and promptly brings Kai to the mat and pins her for the win. Afterwards, they had a bit of a show of respect. Kai goes to leave and heads up the ramp, but is attacked by none other than Ginny, not Weasley, from behind, and gets attacked. After that, Toni Storm went over and helped Dakota Kai up and backstage. Match number 2, we had Amir Jordan versus Zach Gibson. Jordan got some solid offense in against Zach Gibson, but this was a losing battle for Amir. At the end, he gets hit with the Helter Skelter and then locked in the Shankly Gates, forcing Amir Jordan to tap. Afterwards, we got a promo from Zach Gibson stating he will be recognized as NXT UK's #1. And of course, chants from the crowd, Zach Gibson's a wanker. Because the British crowd is the best crowd. But yeah, he states he's the guy that NXT should build their brand around. And as he's, rubbing and stroking his ego, Trent Seven walks out, and the crowd starts chanting, Trent Seven Nation Army. But yeah, he interrupts him and goes, are you completely delusional? Yeah, he tears into Zach Gibson for a little bit and then goes in the ring and challenges Zach Gibson. Gibson gets ready. He's ready for a fight. he's so ready. He ducks out and leaves because he's already been in a fight tonight, and he's not going to fight at anything less than 100%. After that, we had Kenny Williams versus Jordan Devlin, Scotsman versus an Irishman, a tale as old as Scotland versus England, England versus the French. But yeah, Devlin controlled most of the match with Williams gaining some ground later, but Devlin definitely was a stronger competitor in this match and took the win. Afterwards, we had the main event, a 6-man tag match between Mark Andrews, Ashton Smith, and versus the Wolfgang Coffee Company. Flash begins against Wolfgang, using evasion to avoid the bulk of Wolfgang's hits. Mandrews and Joe Coffey gets tagged in and begins a strike fest. Mark gets tagged in, hits Mandrews into the corner, allowing Ashton to get tagged in, taking down Mark Coffey with a lariat. Ashton wails on Mark Coffey for a bit before Mark drags Ashton to the corner to tag in Joe. The match continued with everyone getting their moment, everyone getting their opportunity to shine, getting quality hits in on each other. It was a great showcase ending, and near the end. So as we get towards the end of the match, Flash Morgan Webster gets tagged in and takes down the Coffeys and Wolfgang, and then gets Ashton Smith in the ring, which proved to be an almost fatal mistake because despite his stellar offense, he was almost pinned by the Coffeys. He manages to tag in Mandrews, who took down the Coffeys outside the ring. Webster had gotten tagged in once more. He does the same thing, taking down the Wolfgang Coffee Company outside the ring. But this proved insufficient because, in spite of all of their efforts and in spite of all of their offense, Flash Morgan Webster ate the pin after taking the discus lariat. And that was the end of that match. And that was the end of NXT UK. Please, WWE, stop doing 4-hour specials. I love wrestling, but not that much. I can't do that. But regardless, it was a lot of wrestling to take in. But NXT UK, again, it's getting, I think for the second hour, it's getting a B+. So, averaged out, it's in between a B+ and an A-. I'm going to lean towards the A-. So, NXT UK, as a whole, gets an A-. And pulls up there. Please let me know what you think. Leave a comment, hit like, hit dislike, hit subscribe, because we're here. We make new shows every week. But yeah, this has been Real Honesty without John Ritland, because I am the Derbinator. And you have a good night.